morning, guys. As I was getting ready for work this morning, I just had this quick thought and I wanted to share it. So, you really want to disciple. So, you really think discipleship is a large value in the church? Okay. You know, I hear this verse all the time from the pulpit, from pastors and church leaders. A lot of times it's in the context of giving, right? This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. A lot of pastors quote this verse concerning our time and resources and how we're giving those and whether or not we really are putting God first, right? This is the verse, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Another way we say this in today's culture is put your money where your mouth is, right? So, pastors want to tell congregants all the time, like, hey, if you really love God, if you really want to serve God, if you really want to put God first, put your money where your mouth is, because where your treasure is, there your heart will be also, as Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6. So, take stock, right? Like, where do you spend your time? Where do you spend your resources? That's what a lot of pastors say to congregants concerning what they're giving to God. Well, concerning discipleship, I would say the same thing to churches and pastors. Put your money where your mouth is. Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend your time? If you're really about discipleship, does it reflect in the resources that you have and how you expend them? Are you putting money, time, resources, your staff, your building on the line concerning discipleship? Are all these things so focused in on the task of discipling that you're really using the building to disciple? You're using your financial budget to disciple? You're using and encouraging and directing your staff to disciple? Well, here's the first question. Are pastors actually discipling people in their own church? Are pastors actually discipling even their own staff? Are pastors actually even being discipled themselves? I don't really think so. There's often some kind of accountability, a board, usually a financial board. But look guys, if you look at the budget of churches, which is something that I do, every church I go into, if it's available, which it often is, there's a yearly budget. Shows where the money goes. Where does the money go in most churches? 90% stays in the church. Of that 90%, the majority goes to two things: building and staff. So, what are the staff doing? What are the staff doing with the building? Discipling? No, what there's a lot of messages about discipling, a lot of encouragement for congregants to disciple, to be about discipling, to be having small groups and being in small groups. But, well, if our leadership isn't doing it, then they're not modeling it, and that's how discipleship actually works, guys. If our leadership isn't modeling discipleship and what they're doing, and in discipling their own staff or the people around them, and using the building and their staff and their resources for discipling, well, talk is cheap, right? Put your money where your mouth is, right? Because what you treasure reflects in what you do. The heart of every church, its leadership, its staff, its congregation is going to be reflected in how they spend their time and money and attention and focus and resources. So, put your money where your mouth is. So you really want to disciple? That's really your priority? You really want to develop people for the kingdom? Well, put your money where your mouth is. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Amen. See you guys.